We do have fire crews from New York and New Jersey battling a stubborn wildfire that spans both states.
This is the Jennings Creek wildfire. It's been burning since Thursday between West Milford and Greenwood Lake. About 5,000 acres in size, just about 20% contained right now. Today, family members held a memorial for the 18-year-old who was killed while fighting the fire over the weekend. We have team coverage now, starting with Christine Sloan live near the fire. Christine?
Maurice and Christine, you can smell the smoke here in Ringwood, New Jersey, where fire officials just wrapped up a press conference. They tell us that one volunteer firefighter was treated at the hospital after suffering from smoke inhalation. They say it's a fluid situation, that they're throwing everything they've got at this fire, including 300 firefighters who are dealing with steep conditions.
A fire service chopper dumping water on the Jennings Creek fire that's been threatening 10 structures in New Jersey, including Marianne Moulene's vacation home in the Hewitt section of West Milford.
We're hoping that the fire doesn't jump the road, because then it'll be on our property. So we're going to see what the situation is now.
With roads closed, police not letting anyone into the area that sits close to a lake along East Shore Drive. Moulene's been getting updates from neighbors.
They're back burning, so trying to control the fire, from my understanding, so it does not jump the road. So they're proactively creating burns to try to keep the fire from passing the line. So we're hoping that that works.
Fire officials say they're zeroing in on the exact location of where the fire started. They're still trying to physically reach the area to investigate. Firefighters on the ground dealing with rough terrain in the mountains where there are no roads, at times using shovels to battle this fierce fire.
It's just extremely limited and almost like a wilderness setting for us to get up there. So it's making access to go fight the fire hard to get equipment in there, because some areas it's too steep for bulldozers to go to. So it is somebody on the ground digging fire line, choking on smoke and dust, trying to suppress this fire with manual labor.
New Jersey's resources are stretched. Firefighters have been battling several fires at once across the state. The rain Sunday night helped, but officials say more is needed to combat drought conditions, especially at the Jennings Creek fire where water is limited.
Miles of fire hose coming in, again, being brought in by people hiking with, 80 to 90 pounds of gear on their back.
Fire officials say that anything can cause a fire, from a cigarette to a malfunctioning lawnmower. They're urging residents to follow burn bans across the state, especially in affected areas. Right now, no word yet on what caused this massive fire. We're live in Ringwood, New Jersey, in Passaic County. Christine Sloan, CBS News, New York.
Christine, thank you.
And Lonnie Quinn's in our virtual studio tracking these dry conditions and warnings. And Lonnie, we had a little trickle of rain last night, not really making much of a dent here.
You betcha. And little is the operative word. We picked up a little rain, maybe a quarter of an inch, a half an inch for some folks out there. Winds are going to start kicking in. So when you take a look all across our area, we've got special weather statements, or we have actually bona fide red flag warnings for everybody in the tri-state area. Now, the winds currently, all right, they're not terribly strong out there. You've got 12 miles per hour in Massapequa, 10 to 15 for anybody. But look at this. By the time you get to tomorrow morning, those winds start whipping out there. They're blowing anywhere from, say, 25 to even 35 miles per hour. What that wind is going to do, it's going to dry out the surface of the earth that picked up that little bit of rain. It's like putting a blow dryer to your hair, right? But then if a fire starts, it spreads it that much easier. And if you look at this, the winds even kick up more so in the afternoon. 40 mile per hour gust in Montauk. Rain for the next couple of days, I just don't see it happening. There is a front up around Syracuse. We get nothing out of it. So for your day tomorrow, it is a red flag warning. It's 54 degrees. It's chilly out there, but it's blustery. 25 to even 40 miles per hour gusts. That's why we're concerned with fire spreading. So be careful there, guys, with a flame. I'll tell you when I do see a better chance for rain a little bit farther down the road. But that right now, guys, it's all yours.
All right, Lonnie, thanks.
Thank you, Lonnie. And as first responders continue to contain and fight the fire, one family is dealing with a heartbreaking loss.
Today in Rockland County, people gathered to remember 18-year-old Darielle Vasquez, a state parks aide who died while assisting at the fire scene. Tony Aiello was at today's memorial at Ramapo High School.
Tell me about your friend, Darielle.
Darielle was always positive. He was a very positive person. So he is.
Every tear a tribute, and there were many tears Monday afternoon on the baseball field at Ramapo High School.
Interview? It's already on. All right. Dariel Vasquez, senior.
Dariel Vasquez played second base, but number 7 was first in the lineup in terms of commitment and leadership. Coach Chris Landry.
He was just the hardest worker on the field, off the fields. He put in so much extra time. I mean, he was a leader vocally, but just a leader by what he just carried himself on the fields.
The 2024 grad planned to attend SUNY Buffalo next year. His job as a state park aide put him in the line of danger. Sent to help with the Jennings Creek fire, Dariel died when a tree fell on him.
He had so much potential. He was getting ready to go to college, and he was so excited. He was so excited to go to work. He loved his job. He loved what he did. So we know that he was happy in his last moments.
He was excited. He was happy to be there, happy to be part of the community, happy to help, and happy to help other families.
The Muncie Fire Department paid tribute with a giant American flag and assisted Dariel's mother, Miasoti, when she was overcome with emotion. The memorial ended with a gathering at home plate to light candles and then send balloons soaring into the November sky. The East Ramapo baseball coach said it was heartbreaking to gather at home plate for such a sad occasion. And every time he looks at second base, he'll think of Dariel Vasquez. His little cousins will grow up hearing stories about the young man who in 18 years touched so many lives. At Ramapo High School, Tony Aiello, CBS News, New York.